Welcome back to the channel, folks, and to another battle report. This is another dual format report, so if you go to the red navigation line at the bottom, you'll see the intro section, which is the list, the mission and such likes, and then you can watch the full report if you've got the time and inclination to watch all the moves and dice, or if you prefer the shorter version, go to the end section, which is the summarised report, where we just talk about what's happened in each round. Today's game sees me playing Romanians against Peter's late war Hungarians. He's played a lot of mid-war Hungarians, so it's time for late war. So it's a proper Eastern Front grudge match. Anyway, let's go over to have a look at the lists and then the mission. Right, Peter, you've been doing mid-war Hungarians, so now it's time for late war Hungarians.
Late war Hungarians, yes. So I've got a Turan tank company, which consists of an HQ of two Turans, Turan 2s, and then two platoons of three Turan 2s. And in the formation, there's 3 Tigers and 4 Toldies and 2 Nimrods. So that's the formation. And then support, I've got infantry platoon, which I've upgraded to a pioneer platoon, and it's got 2 flamethrowers and clear minefields a bit better.
I know it's a Shrek there.
Yes, and it's got 1 Shrek.
Do they have a Faust
It's
as well?
got a Faust as well, yes.
Right.
1 Faust.
Right.
And then I've got 100mm artillery and a Toldies spotter.
Right, and these guys are all Hungarians, folks. Those aren't Germans,
Yes.
they're Hungarian Tigers. And your rating pretty much across the board is what?
They're all careful and mostly trained. The only thing that's not trained is the spotter, who's a veteran, and they are confident with a few tweaks. The Tigers get in, remount, and also the Turans remount and are 3 up.
So it's a good mix of heavy, light tanks with some infantry and guns. Here's my Romanian force for today, and as you can see, it's lots and lots of Pz Ivs. No, they call them T4s. Now, the Pz Ivs are, as you would expect, the soft skills for the crew are careful, confident, green, with a 5-up last stand. Now, peasant rule army applies to the Romanians in the same way as the, I don't know what you call it, but the one for the Italians in mid-war. You have to roll a dice, and if you get a 5 or a 6, you can get an improvement. In this case, the improvement is to make the tanks into trained rather than green, and to give them a 4-up rather than 5-up last stand. Now, across the rest of the units, it goes in different ways, but I'll come to that in turn. So the formation is a HQ of 3 and then 4 platoons of 3. That comes to 60 points. So that could be your force on table if you wanted. Though it's not very well balanced and you believe in a lot of useful assets off, it's 60 points. Part of the formation is also this platoon of armoured Panzer Grenadiers, basically. You know, they've got a rate of fire of 3, you know, they're MG bases. They're in half tracks with mounted assaults. They've also got a Shrek and a Faust, so they're careful too. Careful, confident, trained with a chance to go to veteran. Still got the 5-up last stand, unless they get that 5 or a 6. Then we go to the 4-up, just like the tanks. Now, these guys hit on a 3 in assault, regardless of what their skill rating is. The cavalry, they're the same. Careful, confident, trained with a 5-up last stand, can go to 4-up last stand and 3 for skill. But once again, they hit on a 3 in assault anyway. Some little armoured cars, it's similar to the German patrol, except they don't have an MG version, it's just 3 20mm versions, and then 2 batteries of 100mm artillery with an observer. Now, thanks to Rex, who watches the channel, I found out about a lessons from the front correction to their stat line that gives them smoke. I didn't play them as 100mm because they didn't have smoke, and the artillery without smokes, you know, it's losing half of its capabilities, if you ask me. But that's been corrected in lessons from the front. So instead of using 75mm for the same points, you can use the 100mm. Now, I wonder about the cavalry, folks. I like to use the cavalry because they look cool. No other reason, really. They're quite difficult to use. They take up a lot of space on the table. I mean, look at that massive lump there. that's taken up about twice the space of an equivalent force of infantry if they're dismounted, which they can be during the game. They tend to attract nothing but trouble. Whenever you put them, your opponent wants to kill them just because of something different, to be honest. I've only once in the many years that I've used them actually managed to get them into assault, and that was because I managed at a very long wait to get them through a little channel and around the back of my opponent. Otherwise, they just get hit by artillery, and they all get hit because they take up such a big space, or they get shot to bits with machine guns in the same way as normal infantry do, except when they stand still in the open, they don't get concealed like ordinary infantry do, so they're pretty much vulnerable all the way. But I like to use them anyway, folks, because you never know, they might do something dramatic. So anyway, there you go. It's a very interesting force. It's got lots of infantry, tank, artillery options, so we'll see how it fares. It's the one concern I have with this is coming up against something like Tigers, because there's no powerful anti-tank in it. But otherwise, it's got numbers to deal with, mediums and lights. Having both chosen attack, we rolled the mission Probe for today. Now, Probe is a mission I've not played before, but it's kind of like a variant on Encounter, but one of the players is in more of a defensive posture than the other. In the attack-defend roll-off, the Romanians rolled highest, so the Hungarians are going to be defending. Now, when you look at the layout of the mission, it's very simple. One difference between the two sides is the objective zones that the defender will be attacking into and that the attacker will be defending. They're a bit further forward to give the defender a bit more of a chance to take the initial charge from the attacker and then move forward to then take an objective himself, because no one's going to win this game simply by holding objectives. They have to take the enemy objectives. Both players have reserves, however the attacker is immediate and the defender is delayed, and is also scattered reserves, as you can see from the map there. Now, to help the defender, they're going to get an ambush, so they've got a chance to do a bit of damage to the attacking force and perhaps hold them back, waiting on those delayed reserves. You know what it's like, folks, with delayed reserves. It might be they don't start to turn up until turn 5. It's also a meeting engagement for the first player to go, that is the attacker, so the defender at least doesn't have to worry about an artillery bombardment or planes coming in on turn 1. But it is a tricky one for the defender, because they have to somehow take the initial charge and then build up enough force to then move on and take an objective themselves within a realistic timescale. So how do I anticipate this game playing out? Well, I can't pick a winner at the start. I think it's going to come down to reserves, where and when they arrive. Now, deployment is alternative units, a defender then attacker and so on and so on. So we're going to follow this through unit by unit so you get an idea of how we start to square off against each other and look for opportunities. Peter has started with a unit of artillery, as have I, but he's chosen to deploy his in a position where they can cover an objective. And then his other objective he's got to watch, he's going to cover that with his infantry platoon, who are in a good position around those houses to hold there. My second unit is going to be the armoured cars. I'm going to set them on that objective so I know there's something there to cover them and figure out if they're going to be of any use later. Next up for Peter is a unit of 3 Turans, and they're going to be hiding behind a hill. He's not going first, so he's worried about being sniped, so he's going to keep them out of line of sight. My third unit is the second unit of artillery. They're going behind the hill to keep themselves out of line of sight, protected from artillery and from direct fire. And then Peter's putting his HQ Turan platoon behind the hill once again, keeping them out of direct line of sight too. Now that I know where Peter's on table tanks, apart from the ambush, is going to be, I'm going to position my HQ T4s hull down on the bottom left there to cover that side and perhaps move forward from there. Peter is placing his observer toldy in the wood so he's got a view down the other side of the town, because his guns are pretty well blocked by the tree line beside them. And you can see I've got another platoon of T4s going to hull down on the hill on the bottom left. And that leaves my observer. I'm going to place him on the road right at the start of the table edge, and my armoured Panzer Grenadiers, and I'm placing them in cover behind a field. Now, we seem to have got very much a left-hand bias in this game, folks, but the reserves could come on from anywhere, so that's why I've got my Panzer Grenadiers in the middle so they can go either way. And Peter, I think he's going to play this defensive, keep himself out of line of sight as much as possible till he can get his Tigers in, and then see if they can dish out some pain. Right folks, now we're deployed. I have to roll for the peasant army rule. So we'll start off with the top right hand battery. 3 just means an ordinary, nothing special. The platoon of tanks on the far end of the hill, they are the elite, which means they are slightly better last stand, but more importantly maybe the skills are 3. So the HQ beside them, oh, they're also elite. Then the observer he's okay, don't have to offer him his veteran anyway. Armoured cars, ordinary. Panzer Grenadiers, ordinary. And then the artillery down here, they're veteran. So there's 2 platoons of tanks and 1 platoon of artillery. Turn 1. Turn 1 starting step for the Romanians. We've got immediate reserves. Nope, nothing coming on just now. Romanian turn 1 movement. Well, I'm going to push my armour cars up a little bit just to position them potentially to get involved depending on reserves and so on, but that's going to be it. The tanks on the hill are going to stay put because I could move forward into an ambush and a blitzing platoon of Turans, so that could be a lot of anti-tank fire coming at me, so I'm going to stay put with them and try some shooting. Romanian turn 1 shooting then folks. I can't do any artillery, so it's going to come down to, I'll just swing this around, sorry folks. The guys on the hill shooting at the gone to ground artillery. Now the guys on the hill have got a moving rate of fire. The artillery are careful, long range concealed, and got on the ground, so I need 7s. So the HQ platoon firing first. A bit over there. It's 1 potential. Oh, I'm doing to Peter what Peter normally does to me. So I want to put it on, yeah, just 1 hit so far, and I'll put it on the near one to me. No.
To you.
Yeah, and you can try to put it to the other one if you want, but it can't go further back because of maximum range.
I'll go for this one.
Right. 3, yeah. That's not supposed to happen, folks. Normally Peter does that to me or to Mark, where he got, what was it, 3 shots, 4 shots needing 8s, and he got 2 hits. Right, the other platoon's going to have a go. That's a bit more like it, folks. But there's 1 gone, so that's actually not too bad result from the Romanian point of view. Hungarian turn 1 movement. So Peter is deploying his ambush, as you can see, in the town, within his deployment zone obviously, on the road, with a view of dashing straight up that road as quick as he can to see if he can cause some damage before my reserves arrive. He's going to use terrain to mask his progress as much as possible and basically be very aggressive right at the start of the game.
Hungarian turn 1 shooting. So I'm going to try and range in on one of these 2 tanks.
Right.
I should be able to get 5 of them. So it'll be 4 for trained and 5 for the hill.
Yeah.
So the first attempt. That's good.
Now, do you want to get more of the HQ platoon or the ordinary platoon?
Let's go for the HQ platoon.
Right, so this guy?
So that'll be
Yeah, 4 turn.
Yep.
So, first guy. Oh dear. You can get your revenge, see if you kill him. Yep. Yep, he's gone up. Next guy. He's okay. Kind of there, yeah. So, is that going to be it for shooting for you?
Yes.
Right.
Oh no, they dashed.
Aye.
Yeah, that's me.
So you go 1 gun for 1 Panzer IV.
Is that an even swap? An even swap?
Yeah. That is, well, to be honest,
Well, they're not going to be gone to ground now, so you'll smash them.
I might do a bit of damage back, aye. But I think turn 2. Romanian turn 2 starting step. 1 reserve coming on. It's going to be platoon of Panzer IVs, so it'll be 1 2s in this corner, 3 4 on the back edge, 5 6 in the tank park corner over there. I don't want a 5 6.
No, 5 6. 5 6.
A 4, which is anywhere on the back edge, so I was kind of hoping for that because I can maybe have a go at the Turans. Romanian turn 2 movement, so my reserves, they are going to move into the field beside the road and into the road so that they can get shots against the Turans in the open. The armoured cars will move up for flank shots because remember, these Turans have got very weak side armour, it's only 2. And I can also have a shot at the observer, and on the hill on the bottom left I'm going to stay put and shoot. Turn 2 shooting, folks. So I'm going to start with these Panzer IVs who've moved up. One of them can only see 1, so I'll do him. 6 will be a hit. The other 2, short range in the open, looking for 4s. Oh my goodness. 2 6 and 5. So front armour's 5.
5, yes.
So first guy.
Oh, no.
Next guy. Oh, this guy. Oh dear, right. But 5 powers. First one, second one, third one. So middle one's bailed, the other 2 are destroyed. Which means I've got 1 shot. So I just move this camera focus.
And guys, why did you do that? Why did you do that?
I'll tell you what, the armor cars. Oh, what the hell. What is my moving rate of fire? There you go. Try 2 shots. 2 shots from the cannons, or just 1 who can get the side armour on the bailed one. So we're looking for 5s. 1 hit. So it's anti-tank, 5 against your side of 2. Potential bail. You're 5 or 5. So it'll be a remount and you're fine. I've got 1 other. It's going to have a go at long range, needing 7s against your spotter. Nah. So my artillery, using a spotter here, is going to try and range in. But see if I can get 2, if there's 2 guns. Oh, actually, you know what? Before I do that,
you could get 2 guns.
I'm going to use my platoon here to fire, right?
Okay.
At the 1 gun that is in range. So we're needing 6s. Just the 2.
So you only hit him?
Yeah. So 1 fail. And firepower is gone.
Oh dear. Okay.
I don't know what's going on, folks. I'm hitting everything I'm firing at. So, using him, I can probably land it between a Turan and the gun. But, yep, but I'm only going to get 1 Turan, 1 gun.
Yeah, but do you want to get the Turan? Because you're on the hill there.
Yeah. Because I've used my veteran guys. Right, okay. He says confidently, I'll just use my veterans. That works every time.
Oh, right,
something wrong with my dice today, folks. So he'll be on a 4. And a 4. Oh, no, missed. So that's even
But you are ranged in there.
Ranged in there, yeah. I shall get you a marker in a second. Right, so my HQ. You can see through
To that house.
into that house. So I'm going to use these guys. So it's going to be a 5 up to range in because they're just ordinary guys. No, so it's evened out there, folks. So they failed to range in. And I think that's going to be it for shooting.
Turn 2, yes, starting step. So I'm going to try and bail this guy back in. It's a 3. So he's back in, but it's a 4 to last stand.
He's sticking around, folks.
He's stick around.
So he can take somebody with him.
Cause some havoc.
And that's it for stand step.
Yeah.
Hungarian turn 2 movement. Peter's going to move his Turan around the corner, out of line of sight, off the T4s, so he can shoot up Amakars.
Turn 2 shooting. The only shooting I'm going to do, oh no, it's not. The first shooting I'm going to do is the 2 guns here are going to repeat the bombardment and 4 tanks that are there.
Okay, so first guy. And a reroll. Yep, that's hit. Next guy.
And I'll just do both together.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
And then
Next guy.
Nope.
Nope. Last guy.
Nope.
So the HQ both hit. So
2 1s would be nice.
the HQ himself. The other guy.
Yeah.
There, they're okay.
Yeah, and then the only other shooting here is going to, I'll have a shot at either. So 5s, is it just 5?
No, I didn't. Oh, I did shoot. I was thinking, well, I'll keep them going to ground. I probably should have. Right, so you're going for 5s, yeah, concealed and careful. That'll do it. So your anti-tank is a lot compared to them, so...
It's 9, so...
3 up, 5 power. Right, which one are you going for?
Just this one.
Right, okay.
Are they all the same?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to see... In fact, I don't think it matters. They're not going after him, so to speak. So that one there, he's a goner.
Yep. And that, I think, will be me, yes.
Turn 3. Romanian turn 3 starting step is just going to be reserves again, folks. Ooh. So another one's coming on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's coming over in this corner. Romanian turn 3 movement, going to start with the arrival of the reserves. Now, as you know, I've kind of screwed up where the reserves were coming in, folks, but I'm going to be consistent and use the same dice rolls for each turn. These reserves should have been in the other corner. Note to self, a 1 or a 2 is always on the left, a 5 or a 6 on the right. Now the other T4s, first of all, the one on the road, they're just going to dash around to a position next to the wood, dashing so I can avoid any potential cross checks. And on the hill, everything except the second in command is going to move forward. Now I'm not dashing ahead, I want to try and keep my T4s all together as much as possible, and I'm not sure, and there's a potential for reserves coming in now. So I'm not going to just charge headlong. I'm going to see what happens and consider the options for a covering smoke barrage. Romanian turn 3 shooting. I'm going to start with some smoke, folks. So this is using the ordinary guys. And I've just planted down somewhere where there's no...
And is it with him or him?
He will be spotting.
Right.
Spotting it. Doesn't matter too much. He's going to be available to keep spotting for that, but the smoke will interfere with that anyway. Do I get it? Just. Right, so I'll put some smoke down. Right, okay, so that's the smoke laid down, which means I can still call in my pre-ranged artillery, but because I can't see it, I'll need 5 to hit.
Can you not see it? Can you not see it?
Oh, I suppose no, I can see it.
He ranged in the first time.
I'm thinking the smoke was blocking me off there. I mean, daft.
He was trying to spot over here.
Yeah. Right, so the gun. No. The tank. Yes.
I should have moved that tank.
Nah, you're fine. It would take quite a bit to actually to get a kill. The guys are not firing. I'll just move the camera. So my reserve Panzer IIIs are going to try and get you.
That guy. So there's 5s.
Just the one hit. So you.
That's one is needed.
6 at range against 11.
Oh,
No, I thought he was going to be a survivor, but he's just bailed out again.
He's got another chance.
And then these two of my cars are going to go for, I don't know if I can, there he is, go for him.
Oh, right.
So they will need 6s because it'll be short range now. One. So I tank 5, what's
I think it's only
total
one.
day?
So they're not slightly well armoured. What the hell is it? 1.
Oh, right, so 1 against 5. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
He might be lightly armoured, but he's not for giving up.
He's got a good dice roll. So the guy who's left here, he bailed in, but he failed his last stand. He scarpered. And then the only other thing was reserves, and I managed to get reserves with a fat little 5. So the Tigers are coming in, and they're coming in this corner.
And that's why I thought a smoke screen might help me. Now I have to hide. Hungarian turn 3 movement. So the Tigers have come on in the right place for Peter. He's going to get them on the hill, so they're in a good position to dominate that ground, and also because they're elevated, negate any cover for approaching tanks. They'll be able to get some shots this turn at the T4s beside the wood, but he's going to keep his Turans behind the hill because he feels they're a bit vulnerable, and I'm going to shoot them rather than waste shots on the Tigers. The Taldy observer passes a cross check so it can move out of the wood and behind the houses away from my annoying armour cars. You can see Peter actually in the movement has decided he's going to move his guns as well, get them out of the ranged marker and watch the objective, maybe shoot direct.
Okay, so shooting, the only shooting is going to be the Tigers that come on are going to try and shoot at these guys. So,
Right. 5s.
5 for long range.
Oh, hold on a minute, I haven't rolled any more.
Oh, to check whether they're...
It won't affect the shooting, but I better remember to do it, folks. So, nothing, and then the guys that are on the hill, they
Yes,
are got a
special.
better... They're special, that's the best way of thinking about it. These guys are special, see how special they turn out to be. Right, so...
Do you get a wee token for that?
Yeah, I'm just using the old version 3 tokens.
Right.
It doesn't matter what it says in it, if they've got a token,
They're special.
they're special. Right, so let's see, the unspecial ones, if they get clobbered.
So 5s, is it?
Yeah.
5. No.
No.
3 2s.
They've wondered what the noise of the freight train was going past them, but they're now going to get the hell out of Dodge. And is that going to be
That's going to be
for shooting?
Yes, yeah.
Turn 4. Romanian turn 4 starting step. One more reserve's coming on, so I'm going to make it another platoon of tanks. Now, what have I been doing? I've been doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's wrong. But anyway, 1, 2's that corner. Is that what was I? Was I doing it wrong?
For me, that was 1 2. So
Aye. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 in the corner.
to stay consistent. So,
I'm in this corner, which is like miles away from the action guys. Oh, and a bit of roll to see what they are. These guys are nothing special. Romanian turn 4 movement, so another platoon of reserves has arrived, but they're in the wrong corner, so they're going to go racing over to the far side with a dash move and a failed follow me. The Panzer Grenadiers, they're also going to dash and make a successful follow me to get tucked in nicely behind that wood. You know, with the way things are looking on that top left hand corner with those Tigers, I'm going to need infantry to support my tanks. As we'll be removing the smoke screen, those T4s that have rushed out are now rushing back and they're going to hide behind the hill. Though I decide I'm going to leave my second in command showing himself for artillery purposes. He is playing an important observer role just now. The T4s on the hill on the bottom right, they're just going to stay put because there's still a potential for more reserves to arrive in that corner and maybe run down my guns or make a move on the centrally placed objective, and the armour cars are just going to tuck themselves in behind that house there near the town. Romanian turn 4 shooting, folks, so using the second in command on the hill, I'm going to try and range in on the surviving guns.
oh,
Right, using the battery behind the hill.
So you can get it free of Turan.
Right. Right, so that one, nope, another one, yes. Saved.
But then,
Right then. What I'm then going to try and do.
is that wasn't that's that battery, isn't it?
No, that was that one.
No, but this one here.
Oh yeah, that ranging marker, yeah.
got
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use my remaining
observer shots and
to range another one on those guns.
yes.
The other battery also ranged in there, folks, so there's two ranged in the same spot, but they didn't get any hits. Now, I think that's going to be it for shooting, because the tanks are all hiding or moving or dashing. The armoured cars are hiding, so that is going to be it.
I've got to try and unpin.
And they do.
4, yes.
They're not going to be reluctant, I don't think. Then,
That's
yep, so 2 days.
2 dice for reserves. No.
Nothing this turn. Hungarian turn 4 movement. So Peter wants to get his Tiger tanks into action, but he's really needing to come off that hill, which is not ideal because he wants that elevated position. But if he's going to get them putting me under pressure, he's going to have to come and get me. So he's going to be aggressive with them and move them up into that field. Behind the hill you can see the Turans are just repositioning, but they're not showing themselves. The Turan main gun has a range of just 24 inches compared to 32 in the T4s, so he's quite rightly being cautious with them.
Okay, so the only issue is going to be the Tigers that are moved up at your guys over there. 3 shots needing 6s.
Yeah, careful, concealed long range.
That doesn't work, and there's nothing else, so that's
Money bit.
me. Yep.
Turn 5. Romanian turn 5 starting step. It's my last reserves will arrive. It'll be the cavalry, so it's a question of where. So because I've been doing it wrong, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enemy in the back edge. So that's probably the best for the cavalry because they can now gallop to their doom. Romanian turn 5 movement. So my main focus is going to be to concentrate on the left hand side of the table. I want to get all of my platoons of T4s, barring the ones on the hill in the bottom right, over to the left, keeping under cover just now so I'm ready to move out en masse. The armoured cars are going to just try and stay useful up there near the town. The cavalry, they're not going to be much use in this game, it would appear, folks, so I just want to get them up to the town so that they can deploy and put the objective there under pressure. But the bases are so big, folks. I mean, I realised as I was deploying these that they were, even with a 20-inch dash up that road, the back of the platoon was almost going to be on the back edge of the table. It's so hard to deploy, so I moved them up to the flank of the town instead. Behind the cavalry, those T4s are still going to stay in pretty much Overwatch mode at the moment. Turn 5 shooting, folks. I'll start against the artillery. So he's hit. He's missed. So 1 save with a reroll. Oh my goodness, they're just going to take forever.
And then
The next one. The outside one's hit.
this one. Yes, look at that. There, bit.
This is where artillery becomes completely useless, folks, because when you're firing at a small unit, it's hard to hit. And if they make a save, then you've spent like 2 batteries there doing nothing. So it can be a bit tricky. But you know what? I think that's going to be it for shooting, folks, because I'm gathering myself to go after those tigers. And I've got everything on the table now. And I've also got, potentially, a move on this other objective, but there's still more reserves to arrive for the Hungarians.
So starting step, they failed to unpin. So they and then reserves. I got 2 reserves. Well, I got 3 reserves, but I've only got 2 left. So the Nimrods come on over in this corner, and the tiny wee tanks came on over here. The Toldies come on in this corner.
What's that tank on the Toldies?
7.
You can still gob me in the side.
Mm-hmm.
Or shoot up my infantry. Hungarian Turn 5 movement is really going to be about reserves. The Nimrod's moving up the road there with a tactical move to try and snipe off an armoured car. And then the Toldies, they're going to come in with a bit of a dash move to give some support to the infantry in the town. Peter doesn't want to put the flanks of his Tigers at risk, so they're going to stay back. After his initial aggression, he's taken much more of a defensive stance just now. But he's moving his formation HQ over to position where they can give some motivation rerolls to the guns.
Okay, shooting.
Right, so the Nimrods can see one armoured car.
So they get 4 shots.
Is this one here, are you short range to that one? Short or long?
It's short.
Short, yeah. Right, you'll need 6s.
6s.
1. So your attack is 7.
7.
That'll be a 5, so chance to kill him.
2's not
Yeah,
enough.
but-
2's not enough.
They could be last stand it.
Right, and then the shots at your.
Right, folks, so the Tigers in the field are
So
going
will be 4s, 5s, 6s.
7s.
7s because they're
to careful,
careful.
go on the ground, long range.
Concealed.
Right, they're going to try and pick off my observing second in command.
One possible.
Here we go. His turret could go flying here.
No.
No.
And that will be me.
Because
they-
the artillery is still pinned.
Yeah.
Turn 6. Hungarian turn 6. Got a remount to do. Doesn't get back in. Fails the last stand. That's a pity. Because I was going to help. They were supposed to help deal with those infantry. So he'll run away and he will become a wreck. Romanian turn 6 movement. So after that dramatic arrival from the cavalry, they're just dismounting, folks. Send the horses to the rear and they'll have to fight on foot for the rest of the battle. But they're not going to get into the town on their horses, so they're going to move off from here towards the house beside the armoured cars. The T4s on the hill in the bottom right, they can now get involved. They don't have any reserves to worry about, so they're going to move up to support a move against the town. On the left of the table, I'm going to wait a bit, folks. I want to see if I can get rid of those 2 guns before I move forward, because I feel my infantry could play an important part if the attack is to succeed. So turn 6, folks. Artillery again. I'll try and get those guns. So that first one's taking a hit. Let's see if we can make another pair of 4-ups.
No.
Nearly, but do I pass?
Oh, right, he's not dug in.
Oh, is it no? Also, he hasn't eyes away. So there's one chance of getting the other one. I get a 2, so he's alive. And that's going to be it for shooting, folks. Everyone else, I've kind of not really got anything worthwhile shooting with. I just want to get rid of those guns so I can more safely move out my force that's coming across here. I will not say too much just now, folks.
Okay, starting step. So these need to unpin.
And you've got your HQ to support you this time.
So let's see. No. They failed to unpin.
And then the last stand.
Last stand. Oh,
2 dice, ship.
oh, they stay.
They stay, yeah. Swine. If he went away, my life would just be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Hungarian turn 6, and Peter's going to concentrate his movement about defending the town here. He's going to put 1 base of infantry forward to widen his defensive perimeter around the objective, and then he's going to bring his little Toldi tanks up, hiding behind houses and also getting into the square to support the infantry, but keep out of line of sight of those T4s to begin with at least.
Yeah, so this, you're going to shoot at that infantry.
Okay, doke.
But it'll be 4s,
5s.
5s.
Oh dear.
That's a good start. The Nimrods, they can shoot this guy here, but I think they've got maybe a shot over here, but he's behind the wall, so it'll be bulletproof cover as well. Well, maybe I can maybe get him.
Well, have a go, because if you target him, it can spread various ways.
So they got 3 shots each. So
Right.
4 5s.
Yep.
5. 1.
Right, so you're targeting this guy here. I'll try my mistake and target it a bit further back. Let's see if I can, yep. And did he save? Yeah.
Great.
What about your infantry? Are they going to stay got on the ground?
Well, one did move.
Alright, okay. But I'd have to target him to get the rest. It might be possible, but I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, let's not do that. Then over here, so the Tigers trying to
Right.
get that.
You're going to try and teach my second in command a lesson.
1, 2, 3, right, here we go.
One possible again.
Come on. Here we go. Oh,
Yeah, firepower.
This will be where I fail.
Yeah, he's a goner.
That's great. That's a small.
Well, me the Tigers have at least killed something. But they just wait for me to come out. It's a hit a kill pretty much.
Yeah, so I think that's all my shooting. So I'm going to try a shoot and scoot with the Tigers.
Okay, look. 4 will do it.
4 do it. So let's want to. He could. No, he couldn't get back beyond the crest.
I can't hurt you on the front if that's your concern.
I think I just
I'd
want
have to get into short range to bail you on the front.
I think they just want to. Do they want to do that? Move to there. Just there. Yeah, that's it. That's me.
Turn 7. Romanian turn 7 movement. I'm going to start by getting the rest of my infantry into the house with the blue roof you can see there, so that they can think about pushing on towards the nearer house with one base in it next turn. And then on the other side of the table, it's time for some action. I can't sit and stare at those tigers all day, so it's just going to be a general advance using cover as much as I can, with the hope that a smoke bombardment is going to come in. So there's going to be a total of 10 Panzer IVs plus full platoon of Panzer Grenadiers moving in on the Tigers. And the T4 platoon on the right has moved up to join the infantry in the big blue roofed house. So folks, turn 7, smoke bombardment. Using this observer here to look over there.
Oh, look at that. That's that.
See, folks, I'm glad one of them was a 6, but I could have used that later in the game.
Plenty more 6s to come. Plenty more 6s to come.
Yeah, plenty more 6s in the sea. So, where's this going to go then, folks? For blitzing and manoeuvring around, maybe getting around the sides a bit. I kind of covered everything, but it's a start. So in terms of shooting then, these guys are dashed, so they're not going to be doing anything. I've got one battery. It's the elite guys who have got much choice really. They're going to just have to go for that. So one chance to hit.
And can you not? Or you can.
No, so it'll be a 5.
But you hit him. So.
To hit, so it saves.
No.
So he's a goner. He's not
No,
dug
no,
in.
he did dig in.
No, he dug in.
He did dig in, yeah. That last time.
He's not a goner.
He's
Right.
going to hang on in there.
So it's just over here. So folks, what have we got? What's there? 1.
1.
And what are they?
They are 1 as well.
One as well, right, okay. So you know what? I might as well shoot them instead of infantry because I've got as much chance of actually killing them just about. So there's going to be, let me see. Well, first of all, I'll start with the Panzer IVs. 2 of them.
That guy's long range.
Okay, okay.
That guy's probably short range.
Right, so short range guy, hold on a second. Long range, nah. Right, and then the other one in platoon will just go for a house. Miss. Right, these are going to shoot them. So 2 didn't move and 2 did, so it's going to be 6, 10, 16. Roll this twice. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 on one, 6 on another.
So 5 on 1.
This is just MG shots, folks.
So
Potential bail.
potential bail. And then 4 on the other.
6 and 5.
6 and 5. So
And another. So
1 each.
nah. But you know, I mean, it's just as hard to kill infantry, folks. And I think that is going to be it for me for shooting. So it's all going to come down to what the hell is going on over here, folks.
Right, so let's try and unpin this guy.
Reroll. Yep.
And when he hangs around.
And his last stand.
No.
Oh, he's staying.
Yeah.
Right, and then on to movement. Hungarian Turn 7 movement. Peter's going to concentrate here on getting his Tigers around the flank, at least one flank, off the smoke screen. He's not going to move his Turans. He could put them up onto the hill hull down for next turn, but he knows I'll shoot them rather than shoot the Tigers, so he's going to hold them back and hoping on a blitz, successful blitz move next turn. And then over in the town he's going to just reposition a little, get his little toadies into position to support his infantry, and then the Nimrods that are sitting on the road, they're just going to move over to their left a bit to get them out of line of sight of the Pz Ivs.
So the first, this wee guy here is going to fire his machine guns into the house. So
5.
Did they move into?
Yeah.
They're
not going to get the fired and everything.
No. The Nimrods.
Nimrod's just around the side of the house.
4 shots.
1 hit.
Nice.
6 is okay.
These guys will fire their.
Let's see, he's got about 4 little toadies around the side of there, folks. Hold on a second.
SLP. So they will actually get 1 shot each.
Going to use the main guns?
Yes, main guns. So, the only one that.
Your infantry going to shoot?
I don't think so. No, they're not going to shoot.
Right.
Over here,
Right, folks, here we go.
Here, he'll be 4 5s.
Let's see, hold on a second. Let's see, is everybody shot range? 2 at long, 1's at short. So the ones that are at long are elevated,
Yes.
so they'll be the same anyway. So it doesn't matter for armour save, so just roll 3 dice.
Look for 5s, is it?
Looking for 5s.
1 hit.
Right, so
What have you got there?
platoon plus the HQ. The HQ will be obscured to 2, so just
yeah.
pick one in the platoon.
Go for this guy.
Right.
How's it? Can you save now?
No, straight firepower. He's a gunner. I'll stick some smoke on him in a minute.
And that's me. Dashed. So that's me.
That's it. Turn 8. Romanian turn 8 movement is going to start with my infantry coming out of the house to try to make a move on the objective in the town, and I'm going to try and do that by assaulting through the red house where there's only 1 base of infantry, so defensive fire should be at a minimum if I only go in myself with a couple of bases. My T4s supporting them attempt cross checks. 2 of them manage to get over the hedge and they're now staring straight down the road at the Nimrods in the open. On the left I have to keep moving up, pushing my infantry right up there. Hopefully they can shoot up that surviving gun team, but then the tanks are not going to sit and try and get maximum rate of fire against the Tigers, who they're not going to do much damage to. Just a whole lot are going to keep moving forward with their moving rate of fire. And don't forget, folks, I have no smoke left, so I'm going into an absolute hurricane of fire, especially if those Turans manage to get a successful blitz and pop up over the crest of that hill. Romanian turn 8 shooting. So what I'm going to do is start with Pz Ivs. 2 of them are going to go for
Nimrods.
Nimrods.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Straight.
Near one, far one. So the near one's bailed, far one dead. And that leaves one that couldn't get over the hedge. He's going to just fire into one of the buildings, the blue building, red roof, and he misses. Right, over here now.
It doesn't matter. This one was destroyed.
The build was outside one, so he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah. Right. My half tracks are going to try and shoot up your gun. So I'll do this twice. Right, that's 1, 2, and I cocked. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, you dashed last turn, so you don't get a gun shield.
Oh, right.
So just be 6 saves, yeah. Nearly, but no. So he's finally a goner. Right, my artillery. They all can see. Right, my artillery's kind of like skirting the edge here to land on the hill beside that tiger. So it's probably going to be a tiger and some
Things behind it.
Turans. So does he range in? That was the veterans as well. Other ones I'm not going to get a chance to range in. So now shooting. Starting with these guys up on the hill. I get 1 hit, so if you roll a 1, oh no, wait a minute, if you roll a 1 you're dead because you're 9 on the front, right? Nah, you're fine. HQ has a go, gets a hit, so on the hill again. Oh. To the potential bail. Bailed out, so that one or that one, if you roll a dice you can decide. Roll dice for mistaken target, which was done earlier. Yeah, so you can choose that one or that one.
Let's choose this one.
Right, okay. And then this platoon here, shoot at the whole lot, 3 1 hit each, so bail guy.
This guy.
Oh dear. Next guy. And then guy on the flat. Right. Oh, the bail guy just double bailed, but my chance to kill him.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
He's got the HQ there to help him, folks. Right, and then a platoon of 2. They managed to fluff the lines. Oh, I nearly killed one, guys. That was so disappointing. Right, so that leaves over here. I'm going in with an assault into him. There's one guy in there, so there's only going to be defensive fire from him.
Does he get 2 shots?
He will, yeah.
He gets 2 shots.
Bring the tray over here, sorry.
So 1 hit.
Why do you always fail? Whoop. Saves when you go in for an assault. Oh, and he misses. The assault was supposed to be the strong point, so you have to motivate.
Yeah.
So you can hit me back, and if there's other guys, you might be able to move more in. But it'll only be the. You don't be able to get 1 in, I would think.
Yeah. So I'll move him in then.
Right, 2 hits.
So he's 2 hits. What are they? 4 or something. 4.
Imagine a bit of corner. Right, that ends it. So I have to break off. I hate assaults, by the way, folks. They're just so utterly unpredictable. Right, so everyone's going to have to move from that platoon. So I'll go behind that building, right? They've got enough. They don't have to move because in fact, some will go behind here. So there's potential defensive fire if they do get assaulted. That's what I'll do. You'll go back. That's what I'll do. That was rubbish, folks. Assaults, in my experience, always disappoint. Right, I think that is going to be it. So the Tigers are still in pretty good condition over there, folks. And then they're going to be joined by the Turans. So things are going to get very nasty for me. Right, Peter, turn 8, starting step.
Turn 8, starting step. So I tried to bail him in with a re-roll and failed.
Needing 3s.
So he's
That's
not
2
back
2s.
in. Well, I say this guy ran away, and that was.
That's it for motivations.
Motivation. So
On to movement.
yeah.
Hungarian turn 8, and Peter's going to start by gathering his toadies to beat up my poor retreating cavalry. More critically though, the top left, the Turan platoon passes their blitz, so they're coming up with 6 dice to add to the Tigers, 6 dice. The HQ platoon of 2, they fail their blitz, so they're going to come up with a tactical at a penalty of 1, but he's in a good position there to put a hell of a lot of dice at short range into my guys in the open, because there's open shots there for everybody.
Yeah, so they'll be 5s for them, is it? 5?
5, yeah.
5, so do they get 3 when they're moving? 3, yeah, they got 3 shots when they're moving.
SMG fire, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so that'll be. Well, I'll do 6 at a time because I seem to have losing all the dice over there. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5.
I reckon you can probably only see about 3 of them, so who do you want to double up on? He's...
Yeah.
And then one there, because he's not in bulletproof cover. I'll try mistaking target for him, and I do, so it'll be 1 on him, and then 2 and 2. So the first guy is okay, and then the bulletproof cover,
Fine.
1 chance. Oh, he's a goner.
I think I may as well shoot these guys at them as well.
Yep.
So they're that's that one.
Right, I'll put it to somebody in bulletproof cover, and he's safe.
So here, so it's over here. This is.
This is it's all going to be decided, maybe even this turn, folks.
So what have you got here? Is this?
That's a platoon of 2, platoon of 3, HQ, platoon of 3.
So let's go for the platoon of 2 then.
With
the 2 Tigers.
Right, okay. So looking for 4s. Oh no, wait a minute. He is concealed, so you...
Yeah, I think he would go for that one then.
So are you all going to go for it, or are you going to split fire?
I think I'll split fire.
Right, okay, so that guy,
Yeah. So
on him looking for 4s. So 1 firepower. Failed, wait a minute. I'll do a mistake target, I get 3, so I want to put it on the back guy, right? Taking a hit, just from my front guy, got a chance, theoretically, of moving forward. Right, and then
this guy 4. Oh no! No.
the Turans will just have to do it.
Yes, they'll go for the.
Right, so it's the platoon of 2 and 3.
2. They'll go for the platoon of 2. I think.
I've got 1 bailed out in it.
Yeah. No, they'll go 2. They go for the 3.
Right, so looking for 4s.
4s. So. Oops. Twice again. So they blitz, so they'll get 8 shots. No, 6 shots.
6 shots. Yeah, 2 each.
Oh,
2 hits. So you want it on the front?
Yeah.
I'll try a mistaken target first of all. Yep. So it's going to go in the back too. So first guy, second guy. So that's a chance to bail.
No. Not really. And then
the HQ
who failed the blitz, they'll go for this.
Same again.
Same again.
So it'll be 5s.
5s. Oh. No. Oh, failed.
That was ridiculous, man. I've ended up in 1 bailed tank.
That's not good enough, boys.
Romanian turn 9 starting step. So I've got a remount to do with a reroll. Only just. But he's back in. Then I've got an unpinning to do with those infantry. They do, but they're not going to do anything, guys. And then we're on to movement. Romanian turn 9 movement. I'm going to start by pulling back from the town. The infantry are not going to get anything done now, and the T4s might be able to get around, possibly to fire off some long range shots over to the left, but I'll still be watching my objective in the centre of the table. Over on the left, by some miracle, as you'll have seen, or Peter's just terrible luck, I've still got my force intact. So the infantry, they're going to debus and move forward, so they're actually on the objective and in Faust and Shrek and assault range of the hill. The T4s are all going to stay put because there's plenty of things for them to be shooting at, so they'll need as much dice as possible. Romanian turn 9 shooting, folks. I'm going to have to go for Turans. So this platoon looking for 5s. Going for your platoon.
That three man platoon.
Or am I going for your HQ?
That's HQ, yeah.
So just join on with the HQ anyway. What am I going to do? I tell you what, I'll start here and go for your HQ. That was too many dice, sorry. I don't know what the hell I was doing. 1.
One hit.
Now, on the HQ, but you can try mistaking targets it onto somebody else.
Yes, I'll try and... yes, let me...
See, I think it's got to be him, and he's not a long range. Anyway. Cocked. Yep, so you can put it onto that one or that one.
I'll put it onto that one.
Right, okay, so that'll be 5 against 11.
Come on. No.
He's a corner. Right, and in this platoon, we'll go for your HQ2. Roll the right number of dice. 1. So you can try mistaking target again.
Yeah, let's do that.
Nope, so I want to put it on to... What one I want to put it on to? I want to put it on to... That guy, middle guy. Yep. So, save. Just build. Right, and then that leaves me a platoon.
Which one was it?
I'm not rolling enough dice. I'm only rolling 3 at a time. Right, so, sorry, this is me being a... Let's just say that was all the firing from that one. Right, so you managed one mistaken target and then you didn't manage the other one, right? Because I only rolled 3 dice, but they're not moved. I mean, so stupid.
Right, so
then this platoon,
right,
target in your HQ, gets 2 hits. So you can try mistaken targets. So first one on the yep. So you can put that on to
this guy.
A bailed one, yep. And then the other one.
He's not bailed. It's the tiger's bailed there.
Oh, tiger's bailed.
So I'll try and put it. So it's onto him.
Oh, you need to put it on the bail guy. You want it on the bail guy. What you want to do is want to think. No, you're going to have to because you're going to have to.
There were 2 hits. That's the HQ. Can I splash on?
Aye. But then he's not. The bail guy's taking a hit anyway. Sorry, I'm away with the fairies, folks. So, bail guy's taking a hit, and the one in the platoon's taking a hit.
Right. So.
So save for the bail guy. No. He's gone, and then save for the other guy.
No.
He's gone.
No.
And then I've got this platoon here. They are going to go for your HQ.
Do that. Yeah, so the tiger gets it.
Right, so make a save. Oh my goodness. He's a corner. Right, so that leaves my HQ, who is going to target your HQ, or is he? Yeah, he's going to target your HQ. And cat's eyes, well done. Right, so my infantry are going to fire a Faust and a Shrek. So the Faust at your HQ first.
Hit?
No. 4 normally, 5 concealed, 6 for moving.
Yeah, right.
Right, and then the Shrek. Nah, he's still alive. So that's going to be it. So what's then going to happen is I am going to put on. So how many MGs has your Turan got? How many dice?
It's got 3. Let's check that. Turan 4.
Right, and then you've got the tiger as well.
Well, it depends where you.
Because they're all dead in between.
Alright.
Right, so that would be 7, 8 dice of defensive fire. I'd get concealment from the tiger because of the
Through the Rex and
through the Rex. So right, so do 4 dice from him, needing 4s. I've got to try it. Oh, you do it every time. Right, and then 4 dice for the tigers. Ah, I'm gonna say that. 7. Right, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So somebody's going to take 2. You want to probably do it on the Shrek.
Yeah.
He's okay. So 3 saves from the tiger. 1 chance to kill. Nope. And then 1, 2, 3. Well, they've all survived, but they'll just fall back and just sit there and go. "Ah." You do that to me every time I try to go in for an assault. So that's going to be it. Right, turn 9, Peter.
Turn 9. So last stand with this guy here.
Ah,
He makes it.
Hungarian turn 9. Now Peter has got to watch that objective there. He's only currently got 1 tank. That's his HQ within 4 inches of it. But he's got my stalled infantry just sitting out there in the open. So he's got an opportunity to really gut them. So he's going to move his 2 tigers around to get into line of sight from the other side of the hill. He can't get them within 4 inches of the objective in so doing, but he hopes the infantry won't be a problem after this turn. The objective in the town is secure, so Peter's going to get his Taldies to make a dash move back the way towards the objective, but they're not going to be able to influence anything this turn. Right, Peter, turn 9.
Turn 9. So the shooting step. So they're going to fire the machine guns.
Right.
So the HQ is going to fire 4 machine guns into your.
Looking for 4s. 2 saves. Now you want to try and pick out a Shrek and ordinary guy?
Yes, try and.
Shrek.
Or maybe
Ordinary guy.
Shrek might be too close, is it? Was it 4 inches?
That was my saves.
Oh, you saved, so
Yeah.
right.
Because I'm assuming you're too close here.
Yeah, so, and then.
Right. The tiger that can see everybody.
Let's see that.
It's 1 hit. You want it on the Shrek?
Yes.
I'll try and mistake and target. I do, and I'll put it on to one of the guy. Well, no, finish your firing first.
Right,
There's one you can only see a couple at the end.
So.
1. So I'm going to try and put my sting target onto 1 at the end, and I don't. Right, Shrek and guy at the end. They're okay.
But they were pinned anyway, weren't they?
They were pinned from the previous turn. Sorry, yeah. Because of a massive amount of defensive fire hits.
Oh, and what's he?
Oh, you're not done in with him.
Hey, let's shoot him.
Is he going to shoot too? Just stay put and shoot. Right, 4 more dice. 2 hits, so 1 on a Shrek and 1 on the
Yes,
other. So there's a Shrek shift. Yep. And what I'll do is I'll put them on to guys at the end. So furthest away and next in line. They've made every single save. It's ridiculous.
And that will be me.
Yeah, because there's not much that you can do over here, folks. And those tanks have moved away around there.
So he'll.
Romanian turn 10, start step. Do the infantry unpin? They do. Romanian turn 10 movement starts with me messing about in the town again, but there's nothing significant going to happen there. It's all about what is going to happen over on the left. And in that respect, everything is just going to stay put, shoot, and see if I can get the HQ sitting on the ridge of the hill there. Right, folks, turn 10? 9, 10 I think. Right, so shooting. Everything is going to stay put and target the HQ. Everyone's in short range. Except my HQ. It's just 2. So I'm going to start with him. No. Right, and then this platoon. Here we go. This is a coup de grace, folks, you know. And then this platoon. Now then, I'm
So
going to,
3 in there, 3.
Yeah, I'm going to roll these separately. One at the back, should have done that as well. Right, one at the back gets a hit, which cannot move onto a tiger because I'd be shooting through my own guy. And then these ones here, you can see the tiger. So they could be, so there's 3 from that platoon. So what I want to do is put, one has to go on him, and then another one, so you can try to swap that one onto the tiger, if you see what I mean. And you do, so the tiger takes 2 and he takes 1.
So he's got 2 hits then?
Yeah. No, he's got 1.
Oh, 1.
Yeah.
Right.
So hit save.
Ooh.
Oh, he's just bailed. But that does it anyway.
Good enough.
Yeah, because he's the only tank within 4 inches of the objective, and he's not active anymore. So there you go. Aye. Right, folks, we'll go over for a recap. First of all, Peter, what do you think of your Hungarian list?
I quite liked it, but I don't think these tanks are strong enough. Certainly against the Pz Ivs, their armour and their anti-tank is below par. So that I think they couldn't come up competitively against them. Mm-hmm. The Tigers helped. You
certainly need the Tigers in a list like this.
Yeah. I like the look of the tanks, but they're not. I don't think they're very competitive.
Well,
but I've just painted them, so I thought.
I like the Turan. No, the Turan and the Turanian. I like both of them. And this, for me, I've used something similar to this list, I think, in the past, but it's just lots and lots of Pz Ivs. When I saw the Tigers, and I kind of thought they would be Hungarian Tigers here, I thought, oh no, I'm in trouble. And the only thing I thought that was going to get me the objective, and that's why I wanted artillery out of the way so there was less chance of pinning, was getting my infantry on it, and then forcing your tanks to turn the focus away from my tanks. Yeah. But I was very lucky to even get to that point, because the Tigers and the Turans, they all fluffed their dice in that one critical turn. There may not have been enough tanks left here to weaken down your Turans to the point where you couldn't hold on to the objective. It might have been better for you last turn just to say to hang with it, instead of machine gunning my infantry, go in for an assault.
Yeah, could have been.
And then you might at least kind of push me back off the objective, and your Tigers maybe would have got flank shots on you.
Yeah.
But that maybe would have been enough just to hold on for an extra turn.
Maybe just prolong the agony.
Well, it was quite a long game, folks. Hopefully it's not been boring. There was certainly a lot of tactical to and fro, and people playing, keeping the card close to the chest up until the last minute. So there was a lot of turns that were very, very quick. But maybe if I'd held my smoke barrage, the first one, hadn't I used that, because 3 Tigers coming on from reserve, I'm careful, you maybe wouldn't have hit me anyway, and then just waiting for that mass to arrive. But you don't know in this game where your tanks are going to come in from, where your opponent's tanks are going to come in from, so it's hard to second guess that. You just kind of watch what you're doing as you're going. But there you go. Interesting game for you folks. A good old clash. A grudge match, Eastern European grudge match between the Romanians and the Hungarians. So a bit of something different for you. So as always, thanks folks for watching. Thanks to all the subscribers out there, and to you guys who just drop into the channel from time to time. And if you want to help us grow the channel, you can hit the subscribe button and you could hit the bell button, which means we'll see you all in the next one. Cheers, Peter. Turn 1. Romanian turn 1, turn summary, folks. So rolled for reserves, got immediate scatter, didn't get anything. So in terms of movement, I'm very cagey. I didn't want to move into the open over there because I've not got artillery this turn to put down smoke or such like. So small platoons, they could easily disappear to an ambush. So the only movement I did was just working my armoured cars a bit further forward. They're not going charging about as if they're tanks, but I want them to at least be making progress towards either an objective or even just watching this flank a bit, because there's not much over here to protect those guns. So shooting was just going to be my tanks on the hill, the HQ platoon and the ordinary platoon, and I managed to luck out. The HQ platoon needing a 70 hit, and then a 4-up save was failed and a 3-up firepower was passed. I managed to get one of the guns just behind the hill there, so that will help reduce them a bit. There's only one of those guns still in range of my tanks, but it's a start, and I managed to kill something in the first turn, so that's actually quite good for me.
Okay, Hungarian turn 1 summary. Nothing else to do, but I brought on my ambush back here and dashed them up here, just to try and that objective looks quite vulnerable, but we'll see how we go. The only other movement, I don't think there was any other movement, so we're on to shooting. The only firing was the artillery. Managed to range in on the tanks on the hill, tanks with the hill, and they got 2 hits and managed to destroy one of them, and that was all.
So it's 1 each so far, folks. Turn 2. Romanian turn 2 turn summary. The only thing needed in the starting step was reserve, and I got 1. And it was Pz Ivs in a row to arrive in the middle of the table. So they moved up to get line of sight on the Turans. They moved up to get side shots on the Turans, and one of them with a chance of a shot on an observer. Infantry stayed put, everything else stayed put. So when it came to firing, did them first, and they managed to get 2 hits. 3 hits actually, 3 out of 3, which is pretty good going. And 2 past firepowers, 1 failed, so it was 1 bail. One of these could fire into the flank of the bailed one, and it got a hit. It was another bail, but it passed its remount. This one here missed the observer, and then this platoon fired at the artillery again, and they managed to kill another gun. The HQ called in artillery, well, tried to call in artillery, and there was nothing in range for the other tank in the platoon. He tried to call in artillery over here, but didn't range in. But the veteran artillery, using the veteran spotter, they managed to range in. I've not put the marker down yet, but didn't get any hits this turn. But they ranged in on one of the last surviving guns. So for that turn, that was good for the Romanians. But remember, as soon as the Tigers turn up, it's going to be very interesting. And I'm not advanced anywhere yet at all, folks. I'm just doing some shooting.
Turn summary for turn 2 for the Hungarians. The only thing I had to do, this guy bailed in, and then he managed to do his last stand. He passed his last stand, so all he did was move round here. That was the only movement. And then firing these 2 guns with the beat bombardment and the tanks there. I think I got a couple of hits, but they
both, 2 hits.
Both passed their saves. And then this guy who moved managed to kill one of the armoured cars, and that was the turnover.
Turn 3. Romanian turn 3 starting step is just going to be reserves again, folks. Ooh. So another one's coming on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's coming over in this corner. Romanian turn 3 shooting. I'm going to start with some smoke, folks. So this is using the ordinary guys. And I've just planted down somewhere where there's no...
And is it with him or him?
He will be spotting.
Spotting, right.
Spotting it. Doesn't matter too much. He's going to be available to keep spotting for that, but the smoke will interfere with that anyway. Do I get it? Just... Right, so I'll put some smoke down. Okay, so that's the smoke laid down, which means I can still call in my pre-ranged artillery, but because I can't see it, I'll need 5 to hit.
Can you not see it? Can you not see it?
Oh, I suppose no, I can see it.
He ranged in the first time.
I'm thinking the smoke was blocking me off there. I mean daft.
He was trying to spot over here.
Yeah. Right, so the gun. No, the tank. Yes.
I should have moved that tank.
Nah, you're fine. It would take quite a bit to actually to get a kill. The guys are not firing. I'll just move the camera. So my reserve Pz Ivs are going to try and get your...
That guy, so there's 5s.
Just the one hit, so
Yeah,
you
that's one is needed.
6 at range against 11. No, I thought it was going to be a survivor, but he's just built it again.
He's going to get another chance.
And then these two of my cars are going to go for... Don't know if I can... There he is. Go for him.
Oh, right.
So they will need 6s because it'll be short range now. One. So I tank 5. What's
I think it's only
Toldy?
1. Yeah, 1.
Oh, right, so 1 against 5. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
He might be lightly armoured, but he's not for giving up.
He's got a good dice roll. So Hungarian turn 3 summary. Starting step. This guy here who was bailed out managed to bail back in, but failed his last stand, and he's scarpered. And then I managed to get 1 reserve, and the tigers come on, and they come on in this corner. So they there, and then movement. This wee observer managed to get out of the woods, and he's just hiding from the anti-tank, the armoured cars. And these not Toldies, they're the Turans. No, they're Toldies.
They're Turans.
They're Turans. They just moved about a wee bit to let the tigers come in.
And your guns.
And the guns moved out. They move out the template, and I think they'll maybe try and use them as anti-tank guns rather than artillery now. We'll see.
And shooting.
Shooting 3 shots over there, and I get 3 2s.
Yeah, the tigers have arrived in style, but I'm not going to
They fluffed their lines.
take anything for granted there, folks. Turn 4. Romanian turn 4. So I've got another reserve on. They rolled over this side, so in movement they're dashing with a failed follow me to get over to the other side of the table. The armoured cars are staying here, keeping themselves out of line of sight now because there's more reserves might arrive over here. And these guys are staying put. Why, they didn't get the peasant army roll. But these guys are staying put just to watch this flank. Pz Ivs are hiding. They are half-tracks moved over from here. I've got to watch this objective though, folks. And they dashed over. These guys all moved behind the hill with the exception of the second in command who wanted to keep up there as an observer, which meant in terms of shooting it was just him calling in both artillery batteries in the end. Oh no, you didn't lose that second one, you're okay. There was some confusion about Romanian artillery rules, folks. Both are ranged in on that one spot. Both of them got hits, but the first one got hit, but the save was made. Otherwise, they'd be gone because they'd not dug in, folks, remember. So, I am kind of gathering over towards this side because there's a hell of a concentration of enemy tanks over there. I've got 1 smoke bombardment left, and there's reserves, Toldies and Nimrods for the Hungarians, and what we've all been waiting for, the cavalry for the Romanians.
Turn 4 summary. So what happened there?
Motivations.
So these guys unpinned, and was that all?
I think that was it.
That was all.
No reserves.
No reserves, and then movement. Well, they tried to dig in and failed. The tigers moved forward to try to get shots at them, and then this wee observer just moved down here. That was the only movement. Firing, the only shooting was the 3 tigers, and they missed.
Needed 6s because they came down off the hill to get
shots. So
to get them in range. Turn 5. Romanian turn 5 turn summary, folks. So the last reserves arrived anywhere on the back edge, so it's the cavalry. They take up a lot of space on the table, folks. I tried to move them up the road, but the first base was there and the last base was like down by the objective. You know, it's very difficult to deploy them, so I've just moved them up here. They tried to get over the hedge across here and failed miserably. They're going to stay put, and then I'm gathered here behind the woods and behind the hill to make some kind of move over here. So I left my shooting just being the artillery, which was ranged in over here. Each battery managed to get 1 hit on different guns, but Peter managed to make his 4 up saves even with a reroll, and they're not dug in. So that was a great opportunity for me to finish them off, and it went very badly. So that's it for my turn 5. Peter has now got 3 dice reserves, so one of those platoons is definitely coming on.
Okay, is that turn 5?
Turn 5, yeah.
Hungarian summary. The artillery failed to unpin, and then
Failed to dig in as well, eh?
Reserves, I got my last 2 reserves. The Nimrods come on in this corner, and the Toldies come on over here. And then they're scarping over this way. Nimrods come on here to try and get shots in armoured cars. This he moved up there to get.
I had to try and
help if they need it.
unpin.
Shooting.
They failed to dig in.
They failed to dig in, yes, failed to dig in. Sorry. And then Nimrods, I think managed to get 1 hit there,
yep.
but he's only bailed. And then the Tigers tried to get the second in command up there, but failed.
I needed 7s, folks.
I got 1 6, but didn't get a 5.
Oh, you know what? I failed to roll for them again, so
Oh, right.
I'll do it just now. They're nothing special.
And that was my turn.
Turn 6. Romanian turn 6, turn summary. He didn't remount, and then he failed the last stand. So 1 ran away, 1 became a wreck. The cavalry, the dramatic arrival of the cavalry guys. Right, everyone off. They're off their horses, and a couple in that building, the rest are just moving up. I should have tried to follow me, but never mind. I'm not moving over here yet. I'm just about ready to go. So in terms of shooting, I managed to get one of those guns. That fell to the first artillery bombardment. The second one only had 1 dice to hit, and it missed. But now that I've done that, I've got a wee plan for what I want to do over here, folks, and I don't want that artillery around if at all possible. So a very short, boring turn from me. I need to get my skates on and go for an objective. At the moment I'm aiming at 2. I don't really see myself having the time to get to.
Okay, turn summary. Turns at 6.
Yeah.
So the artillery didn't unpin, but they managed to stay past the last stand. I think that was all. Movement. This guy just moved slightly around the corner. They didn't move. 1 infantry. It's team here was moved in here, and then the little tanks have moved up here. No movement over here. Shooting. This guy failed to hit. This guy got 1 hit, but he passed the save. Over here, the Tigers finally managed to get rid of the second in command.
On 7s.
And that was all the shooting, and then they did a shooting scoot just to try and spread out a wee bit, just to get shots back, and that was it.
Turn 7. Romanian turn 7, turn summary, folks. So movement right across the board. First of all, the rest of this platoon moved into here. Panzer IVs moved up. Some of them were line of sight on the Nimrods. And then here it's just dash. Everyone's dashed out as fast as they could. And as you can see, I put a smoke bombardment down. It'll give me a degree of protection, but not perfection. There's just so many tanks over there they can get to me, and the Tigers can maybe manoeuvre. But we've got to do it, guys, otherwise we're not going to have a game at all. So in terms of shooting, it was just a successful smoke bombardment. Oh, and him, I managed to get him. He failed his save, and then I failed my firepower, guys. He just won't run away, it's no fair. And then over here there was a little bit of shooting, some shots from Panzer IVs that there and missed. Lots of MG shots, getting a bucketload of hits on them, 2 chances to bail, but no successful firepowers. So, it's really game on over here now. Right.
Turn 7 for the Hungarians.
Some motivations.
Over here, I think he
unpinned,
and he passed his last stand. He needed his reroll for the last stand. Is that all? Yeah, that was all motivation. Movement. The observer moved out here to get shots here. The Nimrods moved over here to get out of the way of
Pz Ivs.
Pz Ivs. These, we told, these moved around here to get shots in here, but he's maybe, I think, maybe get open to retire fire from the Pz Ivs. Over here, the Tiger tanks moved out to try and get shots on these, and 3 shots, and they managed to kill one.
Yeah, one hit, one kill.
And this artillery dashed over here.
And
then, so the fire shooting, he didn't get any shot.
again, he missed again.
He missed again. He didn't. They didn't.
They got one.
They got one.
Yeah.
That he saved.
And
these all
Toadies fluffed the lines with the main guns.
Yes. And that was all shooting. So the Tigers got one.
Aye, and then that smoke disappears this turn. There's no more smoke left, folks. Turn 8. Romanian turn 8 turn summary, folks. So motivations were fine, though there's going to be quite a few next turn. In terms of movement, Pz Ivs getting over the hedge, 1 failed, 2 passed it. These guys were over here, and then over here is just charge. Without the benefit of smoke. So we might as well start with shooting over here. They shot up the poor remaining gun. Remember, folks, when a gun moves at dash speed, it doesn't get a gun shield save. So there were just a bucketload of hits on him with machine gun fire. And then here, they hit them lots and lots of times, and that guy in the end got bailed by rolling a 2 for his save, and then rolled a 1. And I then rolled a 1 from the firepower, and he passed his remount. And then the rest of them all were quite comfortable with their saves. Over here, they managed to kill 1 Nimrod and bail another. You can see it's subsequently failed its last stand. And here I went in for an assault, folks. 2 bases only going in to reduce defensive fire. And I managed to lose 1 on the way into defensive fire. Fluffed my 3 up, hit. Peter, motivated, came in counter-attack, killed my guy, and then they had to break off. So they're broken off down here. And that's it for turn 8, but it's all happening now, folks.
Turn summary then. Over here there was a bailed out Nimrod. I failed to bail him back in, and he failed his last stand, so he shot away. This Tiger here failed his remount with a reroll. He only needed a 3 to take out a 1 and a 2. And that was all. Then movement. This guy tried to get across here to try and get shots at the infantry, and he failed his cross.
At least call them cavalry. Even though they don't have the horses.
These moved up to get shots over on them.
They actually managed to get 1, I think.
Get one. And then this told the Turan platoon managed to do a blitz, but the HQ didn't. But they moved up anyway. And then shooting. I killed 1.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it one of these?
I think it was one of them that did it. And some fire came out of here to no effect.
Over here, shooting was terrible. This tank.
It got a bail.
I got a bail here, and then this tank. Did I hit it?
He missed, I think.
Missed everything. These guys.
The Toadies, 6 shots.
I think I got 1 hit.
1 hit, and I matched you, but you failed your £5 for a bail.
Yeah, and then these guys
missed. Absolute.
Not
shocker.
Good.
Well, you're still alive, and I'm still going to struggle to kill you.
Well, I could do a shoot and scoop with the Tigers. Let's
go for it.
5. So,
so you can back them off.
Move back. So you've got. So there's going to move back. 4. Do I want to?
You stay hold down.
Yeah, so they'll go to there.
That's it. Romanian turn 9 turn summary. So I think they unpinned. It's been a long turn. He got back in, and that was it for motivations. These guys are just backing off. There's no point. It's going to just make the game take longer, and it's not going to change. I'm not going to get an objective there. So over here, as you can see, they stayed put, the infantry moved up. And firing, they absolutely splattered the Turans. There's a HQ and 1 from the platoon left. Now, we kind of screwed up a wee bit with mistaken target, because with the Tigers, the HQ was getting targeted they could have gone on to the Tigers. But if we'd have thought of that, I probably would have just shot the platoon anyway. But as it is, one of the Tigers did get a mistaken target put onto it, and it bloody failed to save anyway. Peter, that's your unlucky Tiger. So 1, 2, 3 dead Turans, 1 dead Tiger. These guys went running up, Fausting and Shrekking on the way to no effect. Went in with 8 dice on defensive fire and took 7 hits. None of them died, which is a miracle, but that ended the assault. I am, however, on the objective now, so if I can stay alive, I might be able to do something with that.
Hungarian turn 9 summary. So motivations over here.
Last stand, passed.
He passes last stand. Nothing else.
No.
And then movement. 2 Tigers move around here to get shots on here. And these little tiny tanks dashed over here to kind of come to the aid of it, but I think it might be too late. And then nothing else happened over there. Shooting, lots of machine gun shots into here, lots of hits, but all the saves were made.
It's ridiculous, folks.
Not everything in there.
Which means we'll probably all die next turn.
So that's that.
Romanian turn 10, start step. Do the infantry unpin? They do. Romanian turn 10 movement starts with me messing about in the town again, but there's nothing significant going to happen there. It's all about what is going to happen over on the left, and in that respect everything is just going to stay put, shoot and see if I can get the HQ sitting on the ridge of the hill there. Right folks, turn 10? 9, 10 I think. Right, so shooting. Everything is going to stay put and target the HQ. Everyone's in short range, except my HQ. It's just it. So I'm going to start with him. No. Right, and then this platoon. Here we go. This is a coup de grace, folks, you know. And then this platoon. Now then, I'm going to,
3 in there, 3.
yeah, I'm going to roll these separately. One at the back, should have done that as well. Right, one at the back gets a hit, which cannot move onto a Tiger because I'd be shooting through my own guy. And then these ones here can see the Tiger, so they could be. So there's 3 from that platoon. So what I want to do is put one has to go on him, and then another one. So you can try to swap that one onto the Tiger, if you see what I mean. And you do, so the Tiger takes 2 and he takes 1.
So he's got 2 hits then?
Yeah. No, he's got 1.
Oh, 1.
Yep.
Right.
So his save. Oh, he's just bailed. But that does it anyway.
Good enough.
Yeah, because he's the only tank within 4 inches of the objective, and he's not active anymore. So there you go. Aye. Right folks, we'll go over for a recap. Well, Peter, what do you think of your Hungarian list?
I quite liked it, but I don't think these tanks are strong enough. Certainly against the Pz Ivs, their armour and their anti-tank is below par. So that I think they couldn't come up competitively against them. The Tigers helped.
You certainly need the Tigers in a list like this.
Yeah. I like the look of the tanks, but they're not. I don't think they're very competitive.
Well,
but I've just painted them, so I thought.
I like the Turan. No, the Turan and the Syringe. I like both of them. And this, for me, I've used something similar to this list, I think, in the past, but it's just lots and lots of Pz Ivs. When I saw the Tigers, and I kind of thought there would be Hungarian Tigers here, I thought, oh no, I'm in trouble. And the only thing I thought that was going to get me the objective, and that's why I wanted artillery out of the way so there was less chance of pinning, was getting my infantry on it and then forcing your tanks to turn the focus away from my tanks.
Yeah.
But I was very lucky to even get to that point, because the Tigers and the Turans, they all fluffed their dice in that one critical turn. There may not have been enough tanks left here to weaken down your Ivs to your Turans to the point where you couldn't hold on to the objective. It might have been better for you last turn just to say to hang with it, instead of machine gunning my infantry, go in for an assault.
Yeah, could have been.
And then you might at least kind of push me back off the objective, and your Tigers maybe would have got flank shots on you.
Yeah.
But that maybe would have been enough just to hold on for an extra turn.
Maybe just prolong the agony.
Well, it was quite a long game, folks. Hopefully it's not been boring. There was certainly a lot of tactical to and fro, and people playing, keeping the cards close to the chest up until the last minute. So there was a lot of turns that were very, very quick. But maybe if I'd held my smoke barrage, the first one, hadn't I used that, because 3 Tigers coming on from reserve, I'm careful, you maybe wouldn't have hit me anyway, and then just waiting for that mass to arrive. But you don't know in this game where your tanks are going to come in from, where your opponent's tanks are going to come in from, so it's hard to second guess that. You just kind of watch what you're doing as you're going. But there you go. Interesting game for you folks. A good old clash. A grudge match, Eastern European grudge match between the Romanians and the Hungarians. So a bit of something different for you. So as always, thanks folks for watching. Thanks to all the subscribers out there, and to you guys who just drop into the channel from time to time. And if you want to help us grow the channel, you can hit the subscribe button, and you could hit the bell button, which means we'll see you all in the next one. Cheers, Peter.